Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon, and as you can see, the name of my channel is Sharon Plans, and I want to welcome you and thank you for stopping by my channel. Primarily what I plan to cover on my channel is budget, planning, and lifestyle type content. So if that interests you, please stick around. What I want to do today is I want to set up my March monthly budget. So without further ado, let's get started. So for the month of March, this is my overview, and I've made some adjustments to it just based on how I best see that I could use this. I know a lot of people say they have trouble with this page, but I'm going to try this layout and see how it works for me. I actually printed the stickers that are here, and I plan to use the left hand side as just like a monthly reflections type page where I can lay down any kind of quote or photo or something that I gained inspiration from during the month that I think I would like to keep as a memory. In this middle column, I usually don't have very many birthdays to capture, so I changed this and created a sticker for bills due, just to kind of highlight some of the bills that I might have coming out this month, just to make sure to double check that auto pay is still working, things of that nature. I also put a goals sticker over here for my monthly goals. I just put a sticker over it just for unison, and here I plan to keep any significant events for my son's school. And on the bottom, just any reminders of things that I need to take care of for myself or the family throughout the month. So that's just how I plan to use my overview page. And I just want to say all the stickers that I'm using today, I've created, and they're available for sale in my Etsy shop. So if you see something that you like here, please go and stop by. I'd appreciate your business. So for my monthly view, I've already laid down the majority of the stickers. So this is what my monthly view is looking like, and I created a key, which is something I'm sure that you'll see from a lot of other budgeters. I thought it was a great tool, so I created one as well, just to keep track of my expenses. And that's what I plan to do in this monthly view. But I did want to start by laying down kind of my bill due stickers so that I kind of know where everything falls. So these are my bill due stickers that I created for the month of March, and I've already written them out, so I'm just going to lay them down according to the date in which the bill is due. So on the 2nd, I have my mortgage. On the 13th, I have to pay for my son's monthly before and after care. On the 20th is when I need to pay my home warranty. So I'll lay that down. And then my life insurance is due on the last day of the month. My lawn care is due around the 10th of the month. And my car note is generally due around the 15th of the month. So let's put that there. I think the 15th might be a little bit early, but I like to pay it a little early. So those are the bills that I have coming out for this month. So I wanted to just lay those down in my monthly view, just so that I have another, like I said, quick reference, and as I'm going through doing my check-ins, I can quickly check them off. So those are my bills that I have due, and I also want to lay down my payday stickers. So I will get paid from my full-time job on the 13th, and I'll get paid on the 21st. So I'll make sure that I structure my budget so that I'm paying Why am I trying to do this with one hand? So that I'm paying whatever bills are due within that 2-week period on time. So I'll pay those. And then I also like to mark my laundry days, and that's generally on Sundays. So I will mark one here, and then I will mark another one here for laundry. And I try to do my shopping every other Sunday, and I find that when I do my grocery shopping every other week, it helps me to stay on track with my budget. So I will do another shopping run. This is a little crooked, but I'll let it live for right now. These are a little crooked, but this is the way I tentatively kind of schedule out my laundry days and my shopping days. So now that I've laid those down, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to setting up my monthly budget. And I typically set my budget up on this back page because I don't have to worry about the coil too much, because I don't visit this page except during the beginning of the month when I set it up, and then when I come back at the end of the month to tally up all of my expenses. So let me start by just putting a little white out so this emblem doesn't show through. And I'm gonna get some washi. And like I said, all of the stickers that I'm using here today are on my Etsy shop, and I'll leave a link to my shop in the description below. So if you see anything that you like I said, please stop by and check me out. I'm just gonna lay down my budget sticker for my March monthly budget. Hope this is coming across okay. It's a really pretty blue and pink color. I like it anyway. And so for my income, like I said, I work full-time, and I currently, one caveat I do want to mention is I currently only budget for my income. I do live in a dual income family, but my husband does an excellent job with keeping up with his income, and so I've decided that for right now it's easier for me to just budget solely on my income and the bills that I take care of for the house. So if some of the expenses that I have don't seem realistic to you, it's realistic for my family. So, and I actually have 1, 2, 3 types of income that I generally receive throughout the month. So I'm going to leave 3 spaces. And at the current time, I won't fill in my income on camera. I'll fill that portion in after. So, but I will share with you my entire budget so that you understand how I'm keeping track of my expenses throughout the month. So it'll still give you a realistic picture of how I manage my money and do my budget. So I like to use the variable and fixed expenses type, but I do offer both types in my shop. So if you like to do the bills and expenses version vice the variable expenses and fixed expenses, I have that variation of the monthly budget kit as well. So I just want to set this up for my variable expenses. Okay, so on my variable expenses, I do use cash envelopes, and I do stuff my cash envelopes, which I'll be doing today. So for variable expenses, I have my allowance, and I typically budget $100 for my allowance every month. Beauty, which I budget $60 a month. And then I also have eating out, which I almost always run out of. Next, I have groceries. And I typically do not take out all of my grocery money. I'm budgeting $400 for groceries this month. And I don't typically take it all out at one time, because I find that when I go to the store and I take all of the money out at once, I usually wind up buying a whole lot more than I need to. Next, I have grooming. And I typically use this envelope for like my hair, eyebrows, things of that nature. And I'm gonna budget $150 this month. Next, I have household. And I like to use this money for like paper towels, cleaning supplies, things of that nature that I might need for the house. School lunch. For my son, which I budget $100. And after that, I have unbudgeted, which I don't budget anything for, but I like to have it in here. So if I have an unbudgeted expense, I can log it in here. But I'm gonna leave one extra space in the event something else comes up. If I forgot anything, or, oh, that's very crooked. I'll just leave an extra space in the event I've left anything out, so that I can come back and fill it in. And on the fixed expense side, I have my mortgage. Well, let me just start from the top. I have the car note, which is $440. And then I have child care, which is $402 a month. And then I have cleaning, which is $120 a month. Then I have college fund, which is $200 a month. And then I have my home warranty, which is $57 a month. And my house account, where I just save money for different repairs and stuff like that. Should we need them, we'll have a little bit of money saved up for that, and that's $200 a month. My life insurance, and that is $47 a month. So if you're not allocating money to life insurance and you have people in your life that depend on you, if for some reason you were gone today or tomorrow, I highly recommend that you include that in your budget. Next, I have lawn care, and that is $80.31 a month. And I have my sinking funds, and I have fallen in love with sinking funds. It is just so refreshing to be able to save money to the side for the things that you know are going to come up in your life, so that you don't have to pull a whole lot of money out of savings when it's time to fund those things. So I've been in love with sinking funds, and I'll be posting a video about my sinking funds as well. I'm not going to fill in the total at this time for my sinking funds, because I'm still in the process of trying to revamp a couple of things. So I may be changing the dollar values that I'm contributing to certain efforts. So I'm going to leave this blank for right now, but I will fill it back in when I come on to do my sinking funds video. And then I also have here, I'm glad I left this space. I am doing a 52-week challenge. And I'm going to leave this blank as well, because what I plan to do is I'm doing the 52-week challenge where you save the $1,378. So what I plan to do is to try to mix it up a little bit to make it more fun. I plan on drawing a number of the week. Every Friday when I do my weekly check-in, I'll draw a number, and whatever that number is, I'll do from 10 to 52, and whatever number I pick, I'll fund it for that amount for that week. So I'm not going to fill that number in right now, but I will put the number in once I get to my final closeout for my budget at the end of the month. And so, like I said, I'm not going to tally it up at this time. I'm going to wait until the end. So we'll put down my totals. And so at the end of the month, when I come back, I will total up my income minus my variable and minus my fixed expenses, and that will tell me how much income I have left over to dedicate to other things. And what I'll decide at that time is whether I want to put some additional funding into savings, whether I want to put some additional funds into my sinking funds, or however I decide to redistribute the funds. I'll decide at that time. Income minus variable expenses and minus fixed expenses, and that will tell me what my total is. So this is what my budget is looking like for the month. I'm just going to go ahead and draw my lines, and then I can start stuffing my cash envelopes. So, and I've been in the budget community for several months now, and I've been just thoroughly enjoying everything that I'm learning and seeing, which is what inspired me to start really taking it seriously and spending time with my money, because I was really getting tired of every month when I get to the end of the month, I don't know what I've done with my money. I know what I could have done, but not deciding prior to getting paid where my money was going to go. I was just doing a whole lot of frivolous spending. And so my main focus is to try to get on track, try to identify where I'm spending my money, and kind of direct my dollars where they need to go, as opposed to just flying out of my wallet and me at the end of the month wondering, what did I do with my money? And so I didn't say it in my intro, but I am a mom of 2. I am also a wife, which are 2 titles and roles that I take extremely serious. I love my family, and that's another reason why I believe that it's important that I'm a good steward of my money, because what I do with my money also affects them. So I want to be better about what I do with my money and how I spend my money, so that we're able to do things as a family and you know, leave a lasting legacy for them as well. So this is what my budget is currently looking like, and like I said, I will come back and do the totals at a later time, because I want to make sure that I put in the appropriate amount for my sinking funds as well as my 52-week challenge. And like I said, I will draw the numbers with you every time that I do my weekly check-in, so that you'll see what I pick and I'll be able to accurately document the number. Okay, so I set up my cash, and I have my cash envelopes that I ordered from off of Etsy. They've been working out fine so far, But I'm actually thinking about going to the divider method, just so that I don't have to dig in an envelope. I can just set them up in my wallet and use the money from there. But I just ordered these, so I'm going to keep these for a little while, and I may decide to change in the future. But when I do, I'll let you know. So for my first cash envelope is allowance, and my allowance is going to get a $100 bill. So I'm going to put that in, and the reason why I like to use a $100 bill is because usually when you break a $100 bill, for some reason it just seems to just fly out of your wallet. So if I give a $100 bill, I'm hesitant about spending it, making that first purchase. My next envelope is beauty, and for beauty I'm gonna take no, I won't use 20s. I'll do 150 and 110. So it's 50 and 60 for beauty. Put that into my envelope, and I'm gonna set that to the side. My next envelope is eating out, and for eating out I'm going to do some 20s. So I'll do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and then I'll do a 50. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 150. And that's what I'll do for eating out. And the reason why I'm not very successful with keeping my eating out budget going is because I do have 2 little ones. So between 2 adults and 2 kids, $150 doesn't go a very long way with eating out. Next, I have my groceries category. And for groceries, I'm going to do, for the first 2 weeks, I'm going to do $200. So I'm going to take 100, I'll do a 50, and I'll do 2 20s and a 10. So 100, 50, 70, 90, 200. And I'm going to put that into my envelope. Set that. Next, I have my grooming, and my grooming is going to get $150. So I'm going to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 50. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 50. And I'm just going to add that. In my grooming category, I generally don't take the money out at the end of the month. If I have any excess, I'll leave it in there because it's easy to go over in my grooming category. But I've been doing pretty good for the start of the year. I've been leaving money in here every month because I've been just trying to go an extra week or so with my eyebrows, things of that nature, just to try to stretch it. But the money I've been putting in here has been working out thus far. So I'm going to set that to the side. And my last cash envelope I'm going to stuff is my kids. I give them a little allowance, and my son has been very cognizant, which I really like, of how much money he has in his envelope and what he's spending, because I share that with him, my oldest anyway. And so every time we go somewhere, he's always asking, Mom, is this coming out of my cash envelope? Which I think is so cute. So I want to start sitting down with him and showing him how to budget, because he has an account as well. So I want him to start learning how to budget his money so that he understands that things cost money as well. So that's something I'm looking forward to as well. So this is what my envelopes are looking like. They're all stuffed and ready to go for the first part of the month. And I only stuff my envelopes once. Generally, when I do the remainder of my groceries, I swipe my debit card because it just seems easier for me at that point when I'm winding down toward the end of the month, because usually I'm buying like essentials, so it's not a whole lot of groceries at that time. So what I usually do is, since the cash envelopes will not fit in my wallet, I just use this little pouch that came with my purse, and I just put my cash envelopes inside there. They fit nice and snug, so when I have to go to the store, I don't have to pull out my whole wallet with all my money in there. I just pull it open, look down to the top. I can read the label on the top of my envelope, pull out the corresponding amount that I need, and when I finish, generally I will just put it inside here and not in a specific envelope, and then I'll just put it in, get everything dressed when I get home. So like I said, I keep this, I clip it with the loop to the inside of my bag, and I stuff it down on the side, and it's good to go. So this pouch comes in handy. So just to flip back, this is what my monthly view is looking like. I like what it's looking like so far. And as I do my weekly check-ins, I'll be laying down my expense stickers, which coordinate with these colors up here. I have some of my expenses that I consolidate the envelopes for the weekly check-in purposes because I don't have as many lines, but that's what I'll be doing there. But that's all I have for you for this video. I really appreciate the community again. I've been having such a great time these last few months, and I didn't mention it in the beginning of the video, but I am using the Erin Condren monthly deluxe in the 7x9 size, and I've really been enjoying it because it forces me to be very concise with what I'm doing, and it's not so bulky for, you know, carrying it around. If I want to take it with me somewhere, I can just throw it in my backpack or throw it in my purse. It fits quite nicely. So with that, I'm gonna let you go, and like I said, I appreciate you stopping by my channel. And if you've seen any stickers that you like here today, please stop by my shop on Etsy. My shop's name is Sharon Plan Stickers, and I'll be leaving the link down in the description box below. Stop by. If you see something you like, make a purchase. I greatly appreciate it. Bye, guys.